What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we have an interesting video, and it's because Revoltech decided to drop their Symbiote Spider-Man, and there's a lot of thoughts about it. So I'm titling this video Revoltech Spider-Man or Revoltech Symbiote Spider-Man versus Mess Toys Symbiote Spider-Man. Of course, we don't have the figures in hand yet, but just comparing the pictures, comparing some of the accessories and the look, and just starting off by the first impressions of the figure. I think it looks okay. I think the gloss, especially on the head sculpt, looks nice. One thing I'm not a big fan of is the veins, giving it more of like a Venom look. Not a fan of that. Proportions look decent, and the sculpt and the muscle definition looks great, which is obviously something that the Mess Toys is missing. However, I don't know how to feel about it. The logo is also nice. I really like the detail on the logo, but the veininess, just not a fan of it. I think Mess Toys nailed it in terms of not having that veiny look and being more comic. Classic symbiote suit. This feels more of like a PS5 like variant with sort of a Venom look. I'm sure there's iterations where it looks like this in the comics, but I'm not a fan of the veins, honestly. And again, the gloss finish is pretty nice here on this figure. And then we get some pictures of its posing. Of course, articulation is going to be amazing on this guy, but Mess Toys articulation is pretty good and on par with Revoltech, so no worry about that. But yeah, that gloss finish on that head sculpt is really a standout on like this particular figure. I really like that head sculpt being glossy, but veins, not a fan at all. And then we actually get some of the symbiote pieces. We get to see a first look at that. But obviously we are going to be getting new accessories here with this figure. And we also do get a first look at the exclusive bonus piece, which will be this angry head sculpt. So really nice to see a first look, of course. Pre-orders will go up on October 28th. On the Hobby Genki website, it is going for 12,100 yen, which would be $80, guys. So this is an $80 figure. And we actually do get a look at the accessories. There are going to be these two tentacle pieces. It's going to be two webs, another webs, but those are like swirly. We get some web accessories, and then we get like a web for a wall. I think it could be attachable to a wall or something. It looks like he comes with a squinting one and an open-eyed one. So we do have accessories for the webs being for someone's hands to be webbed together, and a web for the face, and then another web for him pulling someone, and then the bigger web is going to be for attaching someone to a wall or potentially to the floor where he is using his webs there. That is actually pretty cool, not gonna lie. These are actually some very creative accessories that I haven't really seen in a very long time. I think this actually looks pretty decent. I don't think I'll be picking it up though, but it does look cool. Again, this is expensive, and collecting is very expensive now, and just with that in mind, it just doesn't necessarily impress me enough to go out of my way to get this Symbiote Spider-Man. Yeah, not really feeling it. I do think it looks great, but I don't think that it's worth the $80 that they're asking for. You know, we've gotten Deadpool for $80 with, you know, the amount of accessories that he's come with, Deathstroke. You know, like these figures, come on now. Those are worth $80, but this right here, $80. I mean, it's definitely worth more than the $80 figures that Mafex has been releasing recently that come with barely anything. But again, my personal preference, won't be picking this guy up. He does look fantastic though. I do have my gripes with it. But again, accessories look pretty creative. We get some new webs, and he looks pretty cool. It's definitely a different finish than the Mess Toys. It definitely has more muscle definition. The quality is going to be a bit better. It's going to feel a little bit heftier in your hand when you're holding the figure, of course. A straight up comparison, obviously the quality looks a little bit better than the Mess Toys, just because it's obviously going to be like triple the price or double the price. But considering how much value you get out of Mess Toys, I don't really see this being added to my collection. But I want to hear from you guys. Do you guys think you're going to be picking up this Mess Toys Symbiote Spider-Man? Do you think the accessories are enough? Do you think that he's worth the $80 price point? Do you like the veins? Do you like the logo? Do you think he's going to be a great figure for you to pick up and add to your collection? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. But then again, I really appreciate you guys. I know that comparing the Mess Toys to the Revoltech Symbiote is obviously not fair, but I think that they have different unique takes on the character, on the suit, and the way that they approach the design. I really want to hear your thoughts. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.